Hello, my pack, my tribe. Welcome to Taking a Bite Out of Stupid. So, tonight's topic is all about dating. I don't understand what's going on nowadays a lot of the time. I think it's, with the invention of like online and social media dating, things have drastically changed from when I was in my prime. Um, See, back in my day being the 80s and 90s, if you wanted to date somebody, you had to be charming. You had to be suave. You had to literally charm the pants off of them. Right? That's how it went. Like if you weren't charming, you weren't getting nothing. You couldn't be the shy boy, you couldn't be a wallflower, and you couldn't be overly aggressive. And so it was like this fucking dating dance, you know, and everybody had an idea of what they were looking for, and it was like, you know, are you what I'm looking for? Am I what you're looking for? Oh, let's go, you know, and it was great. It also kind of sucked, to be honest, but the suckiness actually required you to be good at it. Like, I, I'm not saying you had to be a pickup artist or whatever, but like you had to be able to hold down a conversation. Nowadays, it's cool that you have social media and everything, but at the same time, like let's say you go on a dating site and you like the person likes you, so great, there's a connection there. But then, uh, like you message them, hey, how are you doing? You know, blah blah blah, whatever witty banter you can come up with, and then you never hear from them, or they'll message you, hi, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Hi, how are you? You know, basic conversation etiquette, and then you go, hi, how are you? And then you never fucking hear from them. It's like, uh, oh, okay, have we? What the hell's going on here, right? And you know, I'm in my 50s now because you know I survived the 80s and the 70s, and so now it's like if I find anybody even remotely interesting, I got to look at their age, you know, because I I don't want to date somebody young enough to be my daughter. You know what I mean? Like I want somebody my age that I can actually get along with, that I actually connect with, that I actually have something in common with. You know, that's what I want. I want somebody that gets me, that supports me in what I want to do, which is stand up comedy. Which, by the way, ladies, if you're interested, I will warn you that it's not easy. Right? Being the partner of a fucking comedian is a nightmare. All right, so know what you're signing up for because straight up, I'll fucking tell you, on the road a lot, always work nights, you know, and those are things that like it happens with men too. It's not just women, but I'm not interested in men, so there you go. Uh, that's the kind of thing that could engender suspicion, and you know, it's just not there. But you know, it's just I'm going to do my job. You know what I mean? Like, but because I work late nights and because I'm on, you know, not so much now, but I would be on the road a lot, you know, and all that stuff. It it's the kind of thing that could engender suspicion if somebody wasn't comfortable, if somebody wasn't what's the word I'm looking for, wasn't um, self assured, right? Like like for example, if you were coming to me and we were hooking up and you had been in a really bad relationship and so because of that you're naturally suspicious about everything because you're so used to some dude screwing you over, we're probably not going to work out, right? That's just how that's going to go because my job being a stand-up comedian isn't like being a janitor, right? Like or like flipping burgers at Burger King or something. Like it's not a job where I just go in and I clock in and then clock out and then go home and you know all that shit. being a stand-up comedian is a lifestyle, right? Because even when you're not working, a lot of the time you're working. Because the thing about us comedians is we're constantly writing, constantly. There's literally not a day that goes by that I don't come up with some new bit of material. Wow, you drink water loud. I don't know if you can hear that, but my dog is drinking water. Anyways, so I mean, you take this hard thing, which is dating in the modern day, and then you make it even more difficult by adding stand-up comedian on top of that. I mean, sure, there's always chuckle sluts, but that's not what I'm looking for. I mean, if all I wanted was an easy lay every night, I could do that, or I could pay for it. But that's not what I'm after, because I don't know. Maybe it's because I was raised primarily by a single mother, and I actually believe in the fairy tale or whatever. Sorry. Maybe it's because I actually think that there is a quote unquote one, or if not a one, at least a right. You know what I mean? Like if my interests and your interests and my ideas and your ideas and my morals and your morals and everything all freaking mesh, we should be able to be together, right? And then you add attraction and everything onto that. Why is it so fucking hard? You know what I mean? And I think that you know nowadays with dating apps and social media and stuff, some aspects of it have definitely gotten easier, but the end result has gotten harder, right? Like, I don't necessarily believe in quote unquote marriage, but if I was with the right person, I would definitely do it. Because that's how it is. That's how my generation was brought up. Is do whatever it takes, to keep your partner happy or whatever. That's not to say that you can't be an individual. Trust me, we fucking invented being an individual. I'm from Generation X, bitch. I will tell you straight out. You know why we were called Generation X? Because we were supposed to amount to nothing. And yet, this whole generation that was supposed to amount to nothing had the best music, came up with some of the best people in every single field, and we're still killing it. Right? So maybe it's something about my generation that I think the way I do. I don't know. But all I know for sure is it shouldn't be this fucking hard. Everything doesn't have to be a struggle. Yet it is. Because there's some kind of disconnect there now, I think. But certain aspects are definitely easier. Like it's easier to generally get to know somebody. In a general way, it's easier to get through that awkward, kind of like first date phase or whatever you want to call it, because you can just do that, FaceTime or over text or whatever, and it takes some of the awkwardness off because you don't have to look each other in the eye. So that's okay, but it's the end result stuff. It's the actually getting to be with the person. Because let's face facts. I mean, if you want to do statistics, we can do that. Because statistics say that online dating doesn't work. Very, very few happy couples met online nowadays. Now, hopefully that's starting to change. I hope. Because I live out in the middle of nowhere. It's not like I'm going to meet any here. And the ones that are in this town, I don't know. I mean, there's probably a nice girl in there somewhere, but there's so many fucking tweakers, it's hard to find them. You know what I mean? Like, it, it's getting to this point of ridiculousness just trying to meet somebody anymore that it's fucking pointless. Right? Like I go to this one website. I'm not going to name because I don't want to get sued. But I go to this one website, and for the most part, it's great. It definitely has some awesome features to it. But it does this thing where people can live stream on their app, and that's great. Except the way that the whole thing's geared is that in order for them to know how good they're doing, they have to receive gifts, right? But in order to receive gifts, you have to buy them with points or diamonds or whatever the fuck they're called, and buy them these gifts, right? Which, fine, whatever. Except that you have to buy these diamonds or points or whatever they're called with real money. So now you've taken dating and you've basically turned it into digital prostitution. I mean, that's kind of what it is. But then again, what are you really getting out of it? Because I happen to know for a fact that some of these girls that are streaming on this service are not single. So even if you were to like flog your guts out 7 days a week to afford to buy all of this non-existent shit so that they can tell how well they're doing, you're not even necessarily getting anything out of it in the end. You know, there's like, I mean, where's the hope of maybe hooking up with somebody, even just to see where it could go? You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that this site's fault necessarily. It's just I'm sure they're not even thinking about that. And I've met some wonderful people there. Some of my favorite people of late are from this website. And some of these people I will be friends with forever, and I will hopefully be more with at some point. However, I guess the point I'm making is why can't they just simplify it? I like you, you like me, let's live stream together, kind of thing. I don't understand why they don't do that, because it is supposed to be a dating site. But, what the fuck do I know? I just get, and it seems like anymore, like on Facebook, fuck that thing. Oh my God. Like literally every girl I've met on Facebook of late, with the exception of one, has been send me gift cards, send me money. I'm like, no, you fucking scam artist. Of course I'm not going to do that. You know, I maybe I'm just starting to lose hope in ever finding somebody because it seems like it's just not happening. And the people I am meeting are great, but I don't like. There's this one girl. I'm once again. I don't want to embarrass anybody, so I'm not going to name names. But there's this one girl. I really like her. I think she's amazing, and and we talk a lot, and everything should be good. But I kind of feel like maybe I'm misreading it or something, but it kind of seems like we would never be that. Like we would only be friends. Like I'm in the friend zone. And that's fine. I can always use more friends, but it's not exactly why I'm there. You know what I mean? Like I just I don't know. I just don't understand why it's got to be so fucking difficult. But there you have it, folks. That's about all I got for now. Until next time, my pack, my tribe. Peace out.